Hello and welcome back to our channel. Today we have an interesting issue that has raised the worldwide community's interest. Prepare to be surprised as we plunge into the surprising turn of events surrounding China's most unique mega projects of 2023. China is investing trillions of dollars to build massive infrastructure projects in Asia all around the world. Let's embark on this interesting journey together. As we uncover the amazing story of how, where, and when China built these mega projects in 2023, we will discover the fascinating considerations that inspire these major projects as we dig into the fascinating world of the makers. What is it about China building mega projects? Join us as we examine and know if there is more to the story than joining us on this journey. Stay tuned to discover the reality behind this. China has engaged in a number of large-scale, audacious building projects, many of which are usually referred to as mega projects. These initiatives were designed to improve the country's economic position and increase the size of its worldwide sphere of influence. The building of the tallest bridge in the world is only one example of the absurdly large mega projects China has undertaken. The biggest telescope, the world's largest underwater tunnel, and the world's quickest rail system. Keep watching our movie till the very end if you want to learn more about any of these massive projects. Let's move to China's first insanely large mega project. 1. The world's tallest bridge. The highest elevation in the entire world is now held by China's Keqiang Bridge. Yunnan, Guizhou, and southwest China are connected by this bridge that crosses the canyon the Beepin River Duck formed. The Bai-punching bridge is the highest bridge in the world since it measures 1,824 feet or 565 meters in height vertically from its deck to the ground below. The bridge is 1,850 feet or 454 meters above sea level where it crosses the Beepin River. Construction of the bridge began in 2013 and continued for another 3 years before it was finally finished in 2016. It spans a canyon with a depth of more than 365 meters, more than 1,200 feet, and is 4,396 feet long from end to end, or 1,340 meters. Due to these diverse factors, building the bridge was a difficult task. The engineers and builders had to utilize the most advanced engineering methods and technology to build the bridge to the gigantic pillars and guarantee the stability and safety of the structure. 2. Shanghai's Hangzhou Integrated Transportation Hub. The Shanghai Hangzhou Integrated Transportation Hub, built in downtown Shanghai at a cost of $1.22 billion, brings together a number of transportation options, including buses, metro, high-speed train, and airplanes in one place to facilitate commuting between them. It debuted in 2010 as a component of the infrastructure design for the World Expo that year, and it has since served as a hub for public transportation in the city. At the center of the hub is Shanghai Hangzhou International Airport, China's fourth busiest airport, which offers both domestic and international service. Right opposite to it is the Shanghai Hangzhou Railway Station. The retail and business sectors are full of things to do while you wait for your connection. It has flourished to the point where it has become a tourist destination in and of itself. All of those mega projects have proven to be so successful that they serve as the model for all other new transportation infrastructure projects in China and other cities around the world, and everyone looks to them for inspiration and how to enhance their own offerings. 3. China's underwater tunnel. The tunnel, a key piece of transportation infrastructure under construction, is close to the town of Wuxi, which is situated in the Chinese province of Jiangxi. The Dao Tunnel, one of the largest freshwater lakes in the country, was constructed between the years of 2006 and 21 and an estimated total cost of about $10 billion. It extends for approximately 6.5 kilometers or 4 miles under China's Tahu Lake. The tunnel was given its name after the Tiyu River, which flows beneath it. Construction on the structure began in the year 2016 at a cost of around $10.5 billion at the time in US dollars. The tunnel structure, which is built to withstand earthquakes of magnitude 0, consists of 2 separate tubes, each of which has 2 lanes to accommodate the flow of vehicular traffic. In the event of an earthquake, these tubes would not be connected by the tunnelway. This serves as a crucial link between the two cities. From one city to the other used to take more than an hour, but now it just takes 10 minutes. Given that it required boring through the soft mud of the lake bed, this is a sizable reduction in travel time. And it also connects the main expressways in the area, including the Beijing-Shanghai and Shanghai-Nanjing expressways, make it a very valuable asset. The building of the Tihu Tunnel was a major technical feat that also dealt with challenging geological conditions. This was made feasible by the construction of the Tihu Tunnel, It was also essential to employ specialist equipment, including a massive tunnel boring machine and techniques for layering concrete underwater. The Tihu Tunnel has grown to be a crucial component of China's transportation network, making it easier for the country's economy to expand and improve connectivity between cities located in various locations. It also serves as a demonstration of China's engineering prowess in addition to its technological superiority. 4. Zhangzhou East Railway Station. In its high-speed rail system, China has made substantial expenditures. In recent years, one of the major hubs has been the Zhangzhou Eastern Railway Station in the city of Jian, located in the province of Henan. It is one of the biggest Asian cities, with a total area of more than 3 million square feet or 300,000 square meters, making it one of the largest Asian cities overall. It also serves as a major station for the Beijing high-speed rail system. In 2012, it initially opened. It has 14 platforms and 26 passenger tracks, all encircled by a massive glass and steel superstructure, as well as cutting-edge amenities that make you feel like you've walked into the future, with the stations costing roughly $28 billion to complete. High-speed 5 intelligent lighting systems, automatic ticket vending machines, and other advanced technologies are all installed here, providing a smooth and easy travel experience for the many millions of people that pass through here each year. With a center hall, a reception area, and departure areas on the flanks, even the buildings were constructed with passenger flow in mind. As a result, every passenger, whether they're coming or departing, typically walks in the same direction. The situation is modern and well-designed, and the instant you enter, you have the impression that you're using a transportation system that is suited for the 21st century. 5. China's insane high-speed rail network. Over the past 10 years, China has built an absolutely spectacular high-speed rail network. By the year 2023, it is anticipated that the United States high-speed rail system will have a total length of 22,000 miles or 350,000 kilometers and cover about 22,000 miles or 350,000 kilometers of track, making it the largest and fastest high-speed rail system in the world. The construction of China's high-speed rail system, which allows trains to travel at up to 250 kilometers per hour or 160 miles per hour, fundamentally changed the way that individuals move around the nation. The network links important metropolitan centers and areas, cutting travel times and providing better access to destinations for millions of people, while also boosting China's economy. The growth of new employment and excellence has resulted from the establishment of a high-speed rail network, assessed the Chinese government's billion-dollar investment as having a positive impact on the growth of the transportation sector. In the undertaking, the high-speed rail network in China has come under fire for having outrageously high prices despite having some of the most modern and advanced railway infrastructure in the world. Some of the blame for this has been attributed to unethical business practices and poor management. Due to the substantial amount of energy and resources needed for the system's operation and maintenance, a number of industry experts have raised worry that the system may not be able to sustain its profitability over the long term. The building of China's high-speed rail system was a massive undertaking, but it also revealed a number of difficulties and barriers that must be overcome in order to successfully develop and maintain an infrastructure project of this size and complexity. 6. The largest telescope in the world. The biggest telescope on the Earth is a spherical telescope with a 500-meter aperture. It is located in China, specifically in the Dawning Depression of the country's Keqiang province. Construction on the structure took place over a period of 5 years and involved an estimated $180 million in US dollars. The building has a diameter of 500 meters. It took 5 years to build, and it's a radio telescope with just one dish, making it extremely large and relying solely on that dish to gather radio waves from space. Each of the 454 individual panels that make up the plate have the ability to be rearranged into a parabolic pattern. These panels make up the plate itself. The FAST spacecraft's mission is to investigate the universe's beginnings, hunt for signs of intelligent life outside the solar system, and study pulsars and other celestial objects. Due to its large size and high sensitivity, it can detect signals from space that other types of telescopes cannot. This ability enables it to perform tasks that other types of telescopes cannot. It has already made a number of notable discoveries, including the discovery of more than 100 new pulsars. Another important finding, it has also helped in the study of the elements that make up the interstellar medium, as well as the mapping of the hydrogen distribution in the Milky Way. Fast pulsars are a type of neutron stars that have a very fast rotation rate and emit beams of radiation. 7. The Beponting Bridge. With an incredible drop of 565.5 meters, the high flyer of bridges is so lofty that even the Golden State in San Francisco is like, whoa, hold my cable. This bridge was so large that the Empire State Building could have virtually fit below it while still having room for a jumbo aircraft to take off. You know, in addition to joining the mountainous provinces of Xinjiang into a chain, the Keqiang bridge transforms a 4-hour journey into a blink and you'll miss it. Also, don't forget about the breathtaking views from the bridge. At times, you're so high up that you're practically driving through clouds. But hold on, there's more. This technical marvel is located in a more Guizhou region that appears to have a fetish for tall bridges. Here, 3 of the 5 tallest bridges in the world are located. It appears as though they're vying for the title of tallest peak construction. It was difficult for the architects of these enormous bridges to avoid the caves and cracks in the troublesome karst mountains. Rather than bending backward as in a game of limbo, the bridge went up, up, and up. However, let's not confuse highest with tallest. The Millau Viaduct in France actually hold the record for being the tallest. It all depends on the height of the deck relative to the size of the entire structure. But China isn't just building bridges, they're also digging enormous underwater tunnels. A universe where tubes transport you on an aquatic journey and heights reach unimaginable heights. 8. Shanghai Tower. When it's done in 2015, the $4.02 billion Shanghai Tower will be the 3rd tallest building in the world and the tallest structure in China, rising 2,073 feet or 632 meters over the city's skyline. It was seen as a representation of China's emergence as a global economic giant. 9 cylindrical towers stacked on top of one another with a potential height of 138 stories give it a spiral form. The exterior's double-skinned construction, which offers insulation and lowers energy use, is the most distinctive feature of its modern design. Clear glass makes up the outer layer, while an interior layer made of perforated aluminum alloy serves as a sunshade and controls the amount of sunshine and heat that enters the building. The building's carbon footprint is drastically reduced by its energy-efficient design, which also creates new standards. It was built within a tower for sustainable architecture, and it has since held the record for being the tallest platinum-certified building for leadership in energy and environmental design. It has a mix of commercial, retail, and recreational areas, as well as the tallest observation deck in the whole globe, which is 84 feet or 562 meters in height. 9. Hangzhou Bay Bridge. The Bay Bridge spans Zhao Bay in China and connects Shanghai and Ningbo in a way that has travel time between 2.5 and 22.2 miles or 35.7 kilometers long. It's one of the world's longest marine bridges, but that was only the beginning of the technical difficulty and why the project was so expensive. The region is frequently susceptible to natural catastrophes like typhoons, but there is also a risk of more unusual occurrences such as tidal surges and earthquakes. So the bridge had to be constructed to be able to bear tremendous forces that it would be subjected to if and when such occurred. To achieve this, steel piles were used instead of conches built once, and a cable-stay design was chosen due to its strength. In order for personnel to build the bridge despite the powerful waves and unpredictable weather, new building techniques had to be created. So while it may not be the largest bridge in China, it is surely one of the most stunning with 6 lanes, which is why the bridge is now a vital transit artery for the city. It has also reduced traffic pressures along the route that was previously used and has become a tourist attraction in itself, with people traveling there to experience the drive over the entire length of the bridge and then stopping off at an artificial island at the midpoint known as the Oriental Bright Pearl. It has restaurants and commercial places as well as a spectacular observation deck with a panoramic view of the entire harbor and the bridge going far into the distance. 10. Taihu Underwater Tunnel. The Yangtze River Delta area is home to approximately 1/6 of China's population and 1/4 of the country's GDP. However, restricted commute alternatives and extensive travel durations between towns have traditionally hindered local businesses' ability to recruit and retain talent. The China Tianziju Civil Engineering Group and Third Harbor Engineering collaborated on the project to develop Taihu Tunnel, a 2-way, 6-lane expressway that is China's longest and largest route beneath the lake. 11. China's insanely fast train network. China has created an extremely fantastic high-speed rail network in the previous 10 years. By 2023, The United States high-speed rail network is anticipated to include 22,000 miles or 35,000 kilometers of track with a total length of that distance. As a result, it'll boast the largest and quickest high-speed rail network in the world. The construction of China's high-speed rail network, which allows trains to travel at up to 270 miles per hour or 355 kilometers per hour. The network, which connects major urban areas and towns, has significantly altered how Americans move around the country. As a result, millions of people will travel less and have greater access to locations. Aside from boosting China's economy, the development of a high-speed rail network has resulted in new job opportunities and the expansion of the transportation industry. Because of the Chinese government's multi-billion-dollar investment in the project, a number of industry professionals have expressed concern that the system may not be profitable in the long term because to the massive amount of energy and resources required for its operation and upkeep. The construction of China's high-speed rail network was a massive undertaking that resulted in significant improvements to travel and connectivity across the country. However, this highlights a number of challenges and obstacles that must be overcome in order to successfully create and maintain an infrastructure project of the scope and complexity. 12. The largest telescope in the world. The 500-meter aperture spherical telescope is the biggest telescope in the Earth. It is located in China, more precisely in the Dawning Depression, and it took 5 years and nearly $180 million to construct. It is a radio telescope with a single dish, which means it only has one incredibly large dish and depends only on that dish to capture radio waves from space. Each of the plate's 44 to 50 individual panels may be rearranged into an up parabolic pattern. The game is made up of several panels, and the purpose of the fast spaceship is to examine the origins of the cosmos, search for indications of intelligent life beyond our solar system's boundaries, and investigate pulsars and other celestial bodies. It can detect signals from space that other types of telescopes cannot because of its vast size and excellent sensitivity. This capability enables it to perform tasks that other types of telescopes cannot. It has already yielded a number of important findings, including the discovery of over 100 new pulsars. Fast pulsars have also discovered a form of neutron star with a very fast rotation rate and radiation image beams. It has also contributed in the study of the interstellar medium's components as well as the mapping of the Milky Way's hydrogen distribution. Whether the project succeed or fail will help shape China's destiny for many years to come. 13. Chengdu Chungpu International Airport. Chengdu down through the international airport is a major new aviation hub located in Chengdu, China's capital city. It is the region's second international airport and cost him around $10 billion. After just 6 years of building, it formally opened in June of 2021 and has become a crucial date route to Western China. It has 3 runways and 2 terminals shaped like the fabled Sunbird, with a capacity of up to 60 million people and 20,000 tons of cargo every year. It has a total surface area of 7.6 million square feet or 700,000 square meters. Though the objective is to continue growth until it becomes China's third biggest airport hub, which would require another 3 runways and 2 terminals. Sections of the airport's infrastructure are still being developed as it has only been in service for around 2 years. Butter will also be connected to the rail network, the subway, and a personal ramp and transportation system to shuttle passengers between the terminals and parking lot. It is also a key air station for China with 1,500 terrible dormitories for personnel and a massive 30,000 square foot lounge, and it is actively relocating operations. From somewhere in the surrounding province, Chengdu is a spectacular new modern airport that illustrates exactly how devoted China is to providing transport linkages and hence boosting economic growth throughout the country rather than the traditional hubs. Beijing-Shanghai High-Speed Railway. The Beijing-Shanghai High-Speed Railway, which connects the political and cultural center of Beijing with the economic heart of Shanghai over a distance of 889 miles or 1,300 kilometers and costs upwards of $50 billion, is possibly China's most critical transit link. With 210 million passengers each year, it is the most lucrative high-speed line in the country and one of the busiest in the world. Construction on the project began in 2008 and was finished in 2011. Make it one of the fastest rail projects ever, with a peak speed of 236 miles or 3,380 kilometers per hour. It serves 24 stations along the route, allowing you to travel from Beijing to Shanghai in just under 4 hours, a substantial increase over the over 10 hours it would take on the traditional railway that runs alongside it. 87% of the railway's length was built on elevated rails. There are 23 tunnels and 242 bridges, including the Danyang to Crunch on the Grand Bridge, which is the world's longest. With services departing every 5 minutes, the railways can transport 220,000 people each day and are so efficient that the energy consumption per person for a journey along the entire route is about the same as it takes to fully charge an electric car. 14. Hong Kong-Zhuhai-Macau Bridge. The Hong Kong to Zhuhai to Macau Bridge, abbreviated as the HCMBE, is one of the world's longest sea crossings and provides a much-needed road link between Hong Kong and Macau across the Pearl River Delta region of China after years of planning and costing at least $15.7 billion. It opened in October of 2018 and is made up of 3 cable-stayed bridges, an undersea tunnel, and artificial islands. This design was chosen for its sturdiness along its 34-mile or 55-kilometer duration, since the bridge not only had to be able to handle massive volumes of traffic going over each day. With 3 lanes in each direction, it was also required to be able to survive weather occurrences such as typhoons, probable earthquakes, and the constant stresses that the waves and tidal forces of the salient sea imposed on it. It has a lifespan of about 120 years, but as with all bridges, if the plan is to constantly repair and renovate it, hopefully it'll last much longer than that. This mega project was a massive undertaking, not only for the financial cost and complicated engineering techniques required to make it a reality, but also for the political cost with countless delays and objections because of its impact, and the human cost with 19 people losing their lives as a result of it. While still under construction, the bridge has boosted the economy and made connections between the cities it serves significantly simpler, with a travel from Hong Kong to Zhuhai now taking 30 minutes rather than the 4 hours it would have taken previously. 15. Wuhan Speed Railway. The Wilhav-Gantrol High-Speed Railway, which connects the cities of Wuhan and Glencoe, capitals of the Hubei and Guangdong provinces, is today one of southern China's most vital transit routes. The $58 billion mega project began in 2005 and was finished in 2009. It connects with other branches that have formed a vast path that connects to Hong Kong all the way to Beijing, with several stops along the way as part of China's high-speed network. It was 601 miles or 968 kilometers long at the time. The non-stop trains, which no longer run due to commercial factors, were able to complete the entire route in just 3 hours, which was more than half the time. What was previously conceivable was excessively expensive for most people, especially when it first opened, and it also had a big influence in China's Southern Airlines, which saw passenger numbers decrease dramatically once the railway opened. Nonetheless, within the first decade, transported a claimed 500 million people over 1 million train rides and generates a respectable profit in a typical year. It is widely considered as a success and well worth the initial investment. 16. Shanghai Astronomy Museum. The sheer magnitude and scope of the universe evokes awe, and the Shanghai Astronomy Museum is no exception. It opened in July 2021 after more than 7 years of planning and building, establishing itself as the world's largest museum devoted to the subject. The massive 39,019 square meter or 420,000 square foot ode to space exploration and the vast wonders of the universe was designed by Chinese firm Enid and includes dozens of immersive exhibits. Visitors can walk around a black hole, tour the cosmos within a suspended planetarium, stand before a huge and fiery red model of the sun, and peer through a 23.8 meter tall or 78 foot tall solar telescope. The museum was also created with nearly no straight angles, evoking the heavenly elegance of a sundial. 17. The Mombasa-Nairobi Standard Gauge Railway. It used to take up to 9 hours by bus or 12 hours by train to get from Kenya's port of Mombasa to the metropolis of Nairobi. But in May 24, Team China agreed to construct a $3.4 billion railway linking the two to minimize travel time. According to AFP, the line was inaugurated by a team of 28 people, and it has reduced the travel time between the two cities to little over an hour and a half. As a result, the 470-kilometer railway has been a huge success, with a claim touted and 96% seat occupancy. Kenya has been straining to make loan payments for passenger journeys while also carrying 600,000 tons of cargo in its first year, and only time will tell whether or not you'll be able to in the future. Angola International Airports. While the aim is capital city legislation and it's nowhere near China, it is on the fringes of China's Belt and Road program and has so benefited from generous Chinese laws, one of which was used to finance the development of the new Angola International Airport. Work has begun on a new $38 billion facility that'll be totally sponsored by China. The concept is that it'll have 2 long runways and will be able to welcome up to 15 million people each year. Chronic delays owing to financial limits have hampered the project in either 2015 or 16, and it's currently planned to be completed in 2022 on this, and I only hope that the 7-year wait will be over soon. 18. The Chongqing-Kunming High-Speed Railway. High-speed trains are becoming increasingly popular in industrialized nations, and the one being built in the Chinese cities of Chongqing and Queen is no exception. The railway will be around 700 kilometers long and will cost $25 billion. The trains will hover owing to extraordinary powerful magnets embedded in the rails. The goal is that trains on the route will be able to achieve speeds of up to 373 kilometers per hour, allowing trains to travel between the 2 cities in as little as 2 hours, which is significantly faster than the current time of 5 hours. So once completed, it'll be a heavily used line. In 2025, over 10 is on airport expansion. With a population of about 8.5 million people, the Chinese city of Xi'an is absolutely massive, and as such, it handles a grand total of 44.7 million passengers per year. However, this 30-year-old airport is not well equipped to handle such a huge amount of people. Thus, the Chinese government has chosen to invest $6.8 billion in order to renovate the airport. Intends to build 2 terminals, 3 runways, a 350,000 square meter ground transportation center, and an integrated route to Asia. The plan is that by the time the extension is finished in 2030, cargo capacity should have increased to 1 million tons and passenger capacity should have increased to 83 million. This would allow the airport to accommodate more people than London's Heathrow Airport. Thus, this extension is very astounding. Wudongdi Hydropower Station. When the Wudongdi Hydropower Station on the Jinsha River in southwest China opened last year, it became more than one of the highest dams ever built. It's also the focal point of the adjacent hydropower facility, which includes 12 hydro turbine producing units capable of generating an estimated 38.9 billion kilowatt-hours per year, enough electricity to supply nearly 300,000 people's annual requirements. Despite the fact that the project took more than 7 years to complete, the impact would be enormous, helping China accomplish its goal of being carbon neutral by 2060. Thank you for joining us in this fascinating trip as we've successfully looked at unique China 2023 projects. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more fascinating insights into the world of Mega China projects.